Alright, so this is going to be my Dawn tutorial with Dawn Skip. I'm gonna try my best to go over everything. I'm going to be doing this on Legendary because that's what I'm most comfortable with, but it works on either difficulty. Start, you don't really do much, get out the pod and try and grab the pistol. You don't have to, but it'll save like a second.
We've got intrusion alerts lighting up on
Start sprinting, grab the pistol, and just continue along.
Us is the observation deck, 4 floors up.
Could it be a rescue team?
Wouldn't bet on it.
How long was I out?
Doing some muscle
1 year,
running.
7 months, 10 days.
Somebody should have found us by now.
Wait at the door.
What's that?
Now up here we're going to be delaying a checkpoint, so we're gonna sprint,
How close are we to the
book it
observation?
right to this elevator and jump there to delay the checkpoint. You can also melee before you land, in case you feel like you didn't delay it long enough. Now just climb up.
Chief, watch out! Didn't realize the ship had deteriorated so badly.
Once this ends, we're going to start spamming our melee to delay the checkpoint. If you didn't grab the pistol earlier, you're gonna grab this one, and usually I jump when I pick it up so I can delay it, because most of the time I'll just get the what you call it, the checkpoint. I'm actually gonna get the checkpoint here since I have the checkpoint trainer. Now we're gonna be holding our melee here, keep meleeing. When you grab the grenades, you can sprint. I like to sprint up to that line, then jump, delay again with a melee, jump again on the other line, back smack the elite, shoot these grunts, jump down. I like to keep jumping when I shoot these, just to make sure it stays delayed.
Find the override for the
Alright, so this is where I'm going to show you the spawns, how they're going to be. So right now I'll get the checkpoint, so I can show it a couple times. So we're gonna be meleeing, sprint, jump, jump, kill the right one, then the one that walks up, and the other one, like, let him walk up first. And then for the other ones, there's 3 in the back, and then there's one that walking up to you. I like to shoot the furthest right one first, because he's the most likely one to EMP. Then shoot the closest one here, 'cause he's closest to you, he's gonna get aggressive. So I'd like to just get rid of him. One, two, three, four. Then if you're fast enough, you can run up here and shoot that guy there. If you're not fast, he'll walk up to you, and you can see it on the motion tracker. We'll just do that one more time. If the grunts are hiding their head, it's just unlucky. There's a guy EMPing, kill him off first. Okay, as soon as you kill all of the grunts, that should be 3 there, 4 here, and then 1 up there. Start meleeing and lining up your foot. I aim out of the box so I don't hit the box on accident. And I look at this corner of foot. I like to line it up around here, this far from the line. I look at this thing here. Have the corner a bit further. The further down you go, the more powerful your fight will be. You should be constantly meleeing while doing this. Melee up, and then I aim right here. Then you stop meleeing, you get your checkpoint. And then we are ready for the grenades. Now for the hardest part, the grenades. The way I do it is I throw my first one, obviously here on my checkpoint, and then I'll aim straight down, maybe a bit more left. So obviously I don't want to throw too far left here, but then I want to be around here for my second one, and then my grenades should land about here and give me a straight launch up instead of flying over there to the side. I'll quickly show this off first, see if I can get it first try. It's not a guaranteed first try, it's not consistent, it's all based on, you know, grenade placement and timing, so you'll eventually, hopefully, get there. So, right there, I'm pretty sure my grenades were fine. The other thing is, you want to jump right as your grenades blow up, or like half a second to not even a second after, so that while the box is, this corner is launching up, you can jump off of it to increase your height. That makes sense? So we'll try this until I can get it. So like that. So now, there is a couple ways you can mess this up. So you can, of course, throw your grenade and look down, and that one would not land where it's supposed to be. You can throw your grenade too fast, and you just won't have momentum, because they need to blow up basically at the same time. Or you jump early, don't get height, or you jump late or not at all, you don't get height. You can die, obviously. I don't really know how to like that. Your one grenade damages you, launches the other grenade up next to you, and you die. Now, how I time my grenades is I look at my pistol's animation. So you throw your grenade, your pistol moves, and then it goes back to its default state. The moment it's back to default is around where I throw my second grenade. So if you just look at my pistol on this next attempt here, I time my second grenade off my pistol just being out of its animation. Now where you want to get in is, there's obviously the gap there. You can go too high and get blocked by this thing here. You can bounce off of this, or you can still phase through this section. Like that is one that is way too powerful. Now, of course, your grenade isn't always going to be on this line. It can be higher, lower. It should still work. Obviously, it won't be like super clean as the other one, but it can still work. Being too low will also sometimes kill you because of grenades not blowing up at the same time. I'm actually trying to not hit it here. There we go. And then, of course, that if you die too much or you revert too much one after the other, you will double revert. And since you only have the checkpoint you delayed, you will double revert back to the start of the mission, so you basically have to avoid dying as much as you can. Now I'm gonna go outside. We get up here, then I look at this line, that's about where I'll be able to jump, because right now I have this glass above me. I walk up to here and then jump up here. So go to this line, jump up, and then start sprinting. Jump, crouch, cancel your sprint, obviously, and then bounce up here. This is how I do it. Jump, bounce, and then you're up here. I'm gonna put a checkpoint here. You won't get a checkpoint for the rest of the level when you got yours at the box with the grenades. So now here, I sprint all the way up here, stop my sprint, and I do the fast fall. But a different version of it, obviously. It's much slower, but it's faster than using this. So I can actually show you different methods I've used over my time running this game. So we get the lamp light. You can jump up here, you can bounce off it, but always just make sure to land on here, get a jump on, and then you can land right there. Right on this edge, there's a invisible floor. It's not very wide, so you have to be careful because you can actually bounce off it and get stuck in a box outside the map. Okay, so we're on here. You see basically this edge is where the platform is. The invisible part where you can get stuck should be out here. The second method is you get all the way here and you sprint off full speed besides here, because if you go too far left there's a death barrier. So I hope I can hit this. Sprint all the way here, crouch when you land, and you should be able to bounce. Full speed sprint. I don't think I can do this anymore. Oh wait, okay, you've actually run away from it. This is Wacky's method. Showed me this a while ago. There it is. You bounce off, basically. Okay, so you run really far, and then you can bounce. And you won't have to stop sprinting. See, I never did this method too long, so I'm not very good at it. Now for my method, so sprint all the way up here, and then from over here or here, you walk off. no sprint. And I try and land where this line, if you can see that, I'll try and highlight it on the editing. There's this line, and I aim to bounce off that because that line is where the edge of the platform is. So from here, I used to do it from here, you walk off, try and bounce off it. But recently, I found that if you walk from here, you usually don't have to let go of W. So we walk off and bounce. And crouch when you land. Uncrouch, but don't uncrouch too early or you'll probably die like that. Now, if you want to be even sweatier and save a second, you can even try to bounce towards the door, which is done in the IL. So you can bounce, block your slide with this, and go this way. So that is the fast fall or the slow fall using the leg or any weird method you can think of. Right, now we're on the final part, the platforming. Congratulations, you've done the 2 hardest parts of this trick. Now comes the rest, which is basically improved and faster. So you come through this door, there's nothing loaded, you go all the way to this corner, and then I put my reticle aligned with the edge of this plate, and then what we do is sprint straight forward, freeze, and then spam jump. Now there's a wonky thing that can happen. I don't know what causes it, but you can have your sprint cancelled for no reason. So sprint cancels, you don't get the freeze, and then first instinct is, oh, I'll walk backwards. But then when you walk backwards, you'll hit the load, and you basically have to revert. So again, aim around here. It actually doesn't really matter too much. As soon as you hit the freeze, you start jumping, and then crouch onto this area. Now, I don't know how I'm going to show this off slowly, because I'm way too used to just doing this fast. After you do this freeze load jump, you want to keep sprinting and jump to where I'm basically going. Get up here, sprint and jump, and you'll, because of this angle, it'll automatically sprint you to there. That makes sense. So we sprint and jump, and I am not holding right there at all. It's just pure W. And you'll land here. There's an invisible wall here because of the light. Go to the left of it, crouch jump up here. You can crouch jump more to the left so that you can instantly crouch jump to the next platform up here without bumping your head. Because if you hug this wall and jump, it'll bounce you backwards. You can also get up here and spring jump right after. It's not that easy to do on keyboard mouse unless you're like really comfortable with it. Then here as soon as I get up here, I start sprinting, jump on here, and jump in this direction to where the fire and the lights are. Run along this wall and jump in that direction. Then eventually it'll load in. And jump through this. And then run along here. So I go between this corner and this line. I sprint, crouch jump, and I'll jump over this weird texture. Then over here I'll hit this slope, and once I hit the slope I'll start sprinting again. It'll give my sprint meter some time to recharge after all that first platforming. Then we stick to the left side of this beam, so if you go to the right you'll fall down. So again, from here we hit the slope, start sprinting, jump over this, stick to the left, sprint again, jump. Once I'm above that, I'll cancel my sprint with a melee, and then we're here. When we land, walk forward for like a few steps to regenerate the sprint even more. Then we'll sprint, turn right about here, and just crouch jump across. So we sprint, jump, crouch to land here. Again, sprint, jump, crouch to land. From here we'll instantly go into another sprint and jump to the left side of the hallway. And then we're in this section. Fall out, obviously. You can't fall in. So from here, we're gonna sprint and jump before we reach this. And we're gonna jump as far right as we can, but not too far right. Go over this again. Crouch, jump here. Sprint, jump, land around here. And then the moment we land there, I go into another jump to avoid any bounces that will get me out of the map. You can do this in a swooping motion, so like that'll happen a lot. In ILs, you can try and go for this, but it's not very consistent, so you just keep practicing this. Go here, sprint, jump up, jump again, and then you should be fine to just run along. Alright, let's do this one more time, full speed, how it should look in your runs. Sprint, then we just sprint to the end, we land in between here, and then I crouch and walk into this trigger to end the level. So that was Dawn Skip with, you know, faster platforming. I went pretty in depth. Apologize if the video is pretty long. You can skip to sections you want to see, like, well, I already know this part. I was going to show off the hobo grenade method that is used in IELTS, but I feel like no one is really going to use that in full game. People want to make a tutorial on a few lineups I've made using the hobo method where you don't stand on the box to line up your grenades. But yeah, that was it. Good luck on practicing Dawn. Peace.